Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a review on Darklon. I think I might call my videos G.I. Joe Mondays if I keep posting them on Mondays. But anyway, so let's get them out of. I'm not going to do some stop motion things with this one because I've learned with Sergeant Stalker, I don't know how well these guys will stand. Darklon. There we go. Oh, wow. I could already feel like this one's special. Darklon, whoops, I knocked over the camera. Is a bit of a, it's a weird figure because he's one of those bigger figures. He's more bulky. Let's see. Oh, yeah, look, he was not going to be able to stand. But let's see. There we go. Oh, yeah, he was standing. No! It all comes tumbling down. Put this right here. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put him right there. And put his cousin Destro over here. Which one are you? Are you Tomax or Zaymont? You're Tomax. Damn it, Tomax. So, everybody's falling apart. This is why we need stands. If anybody knows where I could get third-party stands, please tell me. So, here we have Darklon. I was apprehensive about getting this figure because he was before my time and everything, because I was Valor versus Venom, Spy Troops, and all that, and then the movies. So Darklon, already showing that his legs are also stiff. There we go. Not as bad as some other figures. Ooh, there we go. That jingle in the background is my cat. So, he's being a bit feisty today. Oh, the arm's fine. But yeah, Darklon wasn't the character I knew about. Oh yeah, no, the arm is smooth. He does feel different. And so I was like, when I saw him, I was like, who's Darklon? Who's this guy? Iron Grenadiers? And I was like, I need to figure out who this guy is. What's his deal? Because we don't have the card backs anymore in some of these figures. Let me look at the box, make sure. Yeah, no, he doesn't have any information. We need card backs back, okay? And all in English. I don't want to read foreign nonsense from a country that doesn't even matter. Okay, I'm talking about you, France. But yeah, I'm like, I hate it when G.I. Joe went international. Like, they had their own unique color schemes with their figures, so why not just have international heroes in their freaking sets? But anyway, so I was like, also Darklon's European. I was like, okay, looking up, and he's like, he's Destro's cousin, huh? And they got me thinking, like, why not his brother? Wouldn't the political intrigue be more interesting? But look how big he is compared to Destro and all that. But yeah, I was like, and then found out he's like an Iron Grenadier. He has his own country called Darklonia and everything. And all that. His mask is like surgically attached to his body. And everything. Well, it was so easy to take out this figure compared to others. So hope they keep doing that. He came with a weird vehicle, but it looked kind of cool and all that. He has like interesting storylines. But looking at him, the sword is not warped. I think this is the first time I got like a non-warped thing. And he's like, looking at him, he kind of reminds me of Deathstroke. I feel like whoever came out first got influenced by the other. Because he's like Deathstroke. He's like the Deathstroke of G.I. Joe. Let's see. He can't really reach the sword because the hands are weird. But I think I can make him unsheath the sword. Let's see. Okay. So to get it unsheathed, I'm going to have to put it in his hand. And I dropped him. We need the C hands, okay? Hasbro, just give us the C hands to make this a lot easier. Give us a pack of C hands. Just make them all black, okay? Different shapes. It wasn't that hard to get it in. But yeah, he can't really, like, holster it by the looks of it. See. So, let's get this in there. Oh, yeah. That's looking good. Look at that. Okay. So, can he unsheath it? Okay, so the problem I already have with the figure, he keeps wanting to do the splits. So, we know he could Jean-Claude Van Damme it and all that. But can he squat? Let's see. I should have been doing the squat test on all the other figures, but I'm just like... It's like, oh yeah, he could squat. On guard. He still needs to get some help. His legs remind me of Dragon Ball Z. It kind of reminds me of that Frieza soldier armor. But yeah, he feels like a different plastic. I'm very surprised. Like it's softer. And all that. Very nice. And so, he has this weird history, Darklon, that he comes with my gun. I carry one of these snub-nose 38s. I made a video on it because because me and my Nerf brain was like, I almost had an accidental discharge. So I was like, okay, I gotta make a video on it. Like, so now I'm like, I practice proper gun safety with Nerf guns. Let's get it in there. Similar holster too. We have the similar holsters. That's why I almost went with Darklon to be the body for my character, but ultimately didn't because I prefer my character to look more of a thinner profile. Ooh. Weird, because he has like a different torso, so he doesn't really bend forward properly. Although I hear putting your gun in here could hurt your back. But yeah, no. I prefer like a hip holster. Can he reach back there and get it? Let's see. Yeah, almost. Gonna finagle it a bit. But yeah, he has like a really weird history. Like somebody bought him, like they bought the use of the figure for like some kind of scam toy line and everything. It's weird. Somebody needs to make a video on that because I saw when I looked up I watched a video like who is Darklon, and they brought that up and I was like, okay, I want to research that. I might be the one that makes that video. Probably not, but I was like, wow, okay, this guy has a history. He has a really cool history and all that. And yeah. And just feeling the figure, like this one's like really well done. I really like this one already because he's not as stiff as the other ones. He has all this detail. All of it's molded on except for this. This is strapped on, but this looks cool. Look at that. Look at that detail. Very detailed figure. And look at that. Even the knife. It very much looks like, I could see Darklon being like a troop builder. Like I don't know why like there isn't like a Darklon soldier. And it could have been possible that he was originally designed for that because he kind of gives you more of a troop soldier kind of vibe than a leader, but he's a mercenary, so I guess that's why. But there's also the whole thing where like He reminds me of Baron Ironclaw, and I feel like they probably took some inspiration for Ironclaw, but I also think maybe in that G.I. Joe Extreme, Ironclaw was meant to be Darklon. So, which that probably would have been made the show a lot better if it was Darklon. Very nice. And his blaster is just a souped up Boba Fett blaster. And I really I was going to use this for myself, but I didn't know how his thing worked. And look at all those portholes. Apparently the blaster's like a jack of all trades. It can fire lasers, it can fire tranquilizers and all that. But it's like a Gatling gun. And I'm like, okay, so, but why does it have a center? And I guess it's supposed to be that it does both Gatling gun stuff, but it also has this extra trigger. So it has a grenade launcher kind of thing going on with it. And this is like a air compressor. So I guess maybe it does have, the lasers do use a type of gas. So it is gas powered and it has some kind of extra feature. So I really wish there was more information on these figures. And obviously Destro invented this, so why doesn't his Iron Grenadiers come with it? You know what I mean? Like, if this is a jack of all trades kind of weapon, I'm surprised he didn't come with some kind of war crime gun. Because G.I. Joe likes to use like real life weapons. And there's like guns that have like been discontinued. Well, they were made in prototyping phase and they're like, no, we can't use it for like cost reasons or something like that. Or like there was literally a gun that was like, this is an actual war crime. Like it was so effective and good, they were going to use it and realize like, wait a minute, actually this breaks the Geneva Conventions, and I'm like, Geneva Suggestions. But look at that, that's cool. But he just can't hold it right. Just sad. Maybe some other figure can. It's a very thick thing. And all that. But look, he looks cool with it though. But it's very front heavy. Yeah, he's falling over a lot. Let me see, I'm gonna grab a stand. I'll grab Sergeant Stalker's stand. Let's see. But no, I think there might be something wrong with the stand, and maybe not the figures, because his feet won't peg onto them. Yeah. I think I was going to buy a bunch of Sergeant Stalkers just for their stands. Come on. Yeah. Got it in there. Okay. There we go. Now that's good. It's like a combination of Boba Fett and freaking Deathstroke. And I like that. That's pretty cool. And then we have this alternate head, which looks like nobody knows what this is for. There's like no lore explanation, but I think it's probably like it's one of Destro's family's heads, but it has it goes with the figure. And I think maybe the idea is that it's actually an army builder head. Like how I said, like he kind of looks like a soldier, but he's a mercenary, so it makes sense. You know what? I'm going to use the Cobra one instead. Let's do that. Because this is a more glossier plastic than the G.I. Joe. And he's a Cobra, so maybe. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh there. There we go. So that's what I think. Like they wanted you to use this head to make a goon. And it's not like related to Destro at all. And I thought, that makes so much more sense to me. And this head is really cool. But imagine, like, if it is a family member's head. Like, how would Destro feel about that, you know? So, yeah, I'm like, how would Destro really feel about that, you know? About having Darklon have one of the heads. And I really like this idea that, no, this is an army builder kind of thing. You give Darklon soldiers these heads, or you can make a new character out of it. And all that. So it's another one of Destro's family members. But me, I'm going with, if I ever get a cheap Darklon, I'm just giving him the head. So I have a soldier. Which, that might actually be a thing I would do, is army build Darklons. If I could get a couple of them. And I would give myself the blaster. I want to see, actually, will it fit in my hands? Because this thing might actually work better. Because he has a really... I will show you the hands in a second. Let me see on another figure how the hands go on. Okay, not too well. Come on, get in there. Come on. Yeah, no, it's really... This whole air compressor thing is in the way. Which is sad, because it's such a cool looking thing. Yeah, a regular hand kind of holds it a little bit better. It's just a little harder to get it on. I really like the look, though. I kind of want to keep it for myself. But yeah, if I ever get another Darklon, I probably will do that. No, if you want me see me build a Darklon army, and just say so, I will do it. I'll gladly do it for y'all. And do my whole battle. It's going to be like battle pack ratios and all that. Phooey. But yeah, very front heavy, though. That's the problem with it. So I'll keep an eye out for cheap Darklons if you want. But anyway, so is he a figure you should get? It's like, if you're a big Destro fan, I think. Oh yeah, look at the hands. Before I forget, he has like thicker fingers and all that compared to the Copperhead's hand. Supposed to be a guy in a glove. So yeah, and funny thing, I always like this whole and so this whole thing with Darklon. Back to like the little bit of the history. I learned that the person who bought it for some scam thing, they wanted to make like their own like African GI Joes, and I'm like Team Africa. I was thinking like no, it was like something completely different. But they used Darklon as one of their figures, and I thought, okay, I actually thought that was a cool idea. Hearing about it, but then it was all a scam, and I was like, oh, this is so interesting, but it always goes with this whole idea that for some reason Destro's like a pimp, but like an American pimp with just a Scottish accent. And it just reminded me of that. Like, hey, it kind of went full circle. Like, yeah. So, should you get Darklon? I was like, absolutely. This is actually just a really compared to some of the other figures. Like his articulation isn't bad at all. No, maybe those grenade launchers go in here. That's probably what it is. But compared to the other figures I've gotten, his articulation is not bad at all. I think it's just because of the plastic quality. He has pretty good accessories. He's a very detailed figure. And if everybody's in agreement that this is an army building thing, you could army build him. Make a group of mercenaries. I just wish the only problem is the gun. It's just the gun does not work. So let's give him something else. I'm going to give him this LMG. Let's see how well that looks on him. It fits in his hand perfectly. It actually went in a lot easier. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That is so much better. And all that. maybe if this was either the handle was longer or the blaster was smaller, I think it would be better. But oh yeah, now that looks good. That looks awesome. Yeah, get yourself an LMG for him, some other kind of gun or blaster. Let's give him the Rapid Strike. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. Yeah, get this figure. This figure is awesome. Just give him a better weapon. Again, it looks like he is actually holding an in-scale Rapid Strike. That's what I think is so funny. But give him like a better weapon. Yeah, that's such a cool figure. And if you like the Iron Grenadiers, he's a must. But, oh yeah, this is awesome. Do it. Let me put it. I didn't try out his other gun. Oh crap! Now it's like in there. Okay, that is terrible too. His little pistol is in such a precarious location, but it looks pretty big and everything. It's weird that he's carrying a 38. It's probably like a snub-nosed 44, but it looks so much like my 38. Pew pew pew, pow pow, you're dead, woman. Oh yeah. This is exactly my 38, how it looks in my hands. Yeah, I'm like, okay, buy yourself this figure. This is awesome. Okay, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a nice day. Bye-bye.